Money Moicano promises to dethrone Islam Makhachev tonight. After securing a stoppage victory over Benoit Saint-Denis and a little bit of fortune, Moicano has landed his spot in the main event against Islam Makhachev. Makhachev, who is looking for his 4th title defense, enters the fight as the heavy favorite. Despite the odds, Moicano is confident. In a video released after the announcement, he boldly promised to make the night his, revealing that he had a feeling the main event would change and has been preparing for 5 rounds.
Money Moicano is coming for the belt. Be ready, Islam Makhachev. Tomorrow is money time. Man, I'm so happy that I got this opportunity. I have been working for this for a long time and I knew that could happen. That's why I was training 5 rounds, that I was training with a southpaw. I'm ready and tomorrow I'm going to shock the world. Be ready because I am. This is Money Moicano and tomorrow I will be the champion of the world. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Time.
Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker recently got together for a new video where they reflected on their shared experience with Dricus du Plessis, the man who managed to finish both of them. They discussed how strange and unpredictable Dricus' fighting style is, making him such a challenging opponent to deal with. Both fighters highlighted how tough it can be to read and prepare for someone with such an unconventional approach. The reunion also showcased the great chemistry between Izzy and Rob as they exchanged their perspectives on the sport. They didn't just talk about Dricus though, they also shared their thoughts on the upcoming Strickland vs DDP rematch. Both agreed that Strickland likely wouldn't be able to change much in his approach, and predicted that DDP's unorthodox style would once again prove to be the key to his success in the fight.
Even though Sean would definitely try and walk him down again and whatnot, but one thing about Dricus is just awkward. He would throw just to stop you in your track. Yeah. There was one I remember when I sprawled on him and like head hit the mat. I tried to kick him on the ground and I was like, get up. And I advanced and straight away he just went, and I had to stop. So it stopped my momentum and I had to reset. So he's just weird, man. He's like the best shit fighter in the world.
Dude.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I can't even fault him for it, eh?
Because it works. Bastard, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when I fought him, in that like first 30 seconds, I was like, dude, he's so slow. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like out of nowhere. Like I'm like, bro, he just
dude. But then I got punched in the face. Like honestly, I don't see how Sean does anything different to get to eke out a victory.
Yeah, he's not going to shoot.
I think we're going to see very much the same fight.
Yep. I agree.
The MMA world was shaken just hours before UFC 311 when Islam Makhachev, initially scheduled to face Arman Tsarukyan, found himself facing a new challenge in Renato Moicano after the Armenian pulled out. But Islam didn't flinch. Instead, he took to Instagram with a fiery message that ignited the pound-for-pound debate once again. Now you understand the true meaning of pound-for-pound number 1, Islam wrote, tagging Dana White and fueling the conversation about his rightful place at the top of the rankings. The post had everyone talking, but the real explosion came from Islam's coach, Javier Mendez. In an interview with Full Send, Mendez didn't just share his thoughts, he took shots at Jon Jones. Mendez ripped into the idea that sitting out for years could make someone the best. He made it clear that greatness isn't about living off your past, it's about showing up, fighting the best, and proving you're the top dog every single time. He didn't hold back, pointing to Makhachev as the perfect example of what a real champion looks like. Fighting consistently, taking on the toughest challengers, and dominating them. That's what separates the greats from everyone else, according to Mendez.
I mean, come on, he keeps defending against anybody. It didn't take him 4 years to fight one time. You know, he fights twice a year, 3 times if possible. So there you go, that's the real champ. Well, he's always been number 1 on my list, and obviously if you listen to Dana's interview, he's number 1 on Dana's list also. So there you go.
Jon Jones, one of the sport's most polarizing figures, has long been vocal about what his goals are, being the greatest of all time, not just pound for pound. His thoughts on competition, greatness, and the standards of a true champion resonate now more than ever.
Anyways, I'm fighting to be the greatest fighter ever, not to be the pound for pound best right now. We have 2 different motivations, and I think there's room for both of us at the top.
So what's your take, MMA fans? The debate has been brewing for years, and now it's even more intense. Islam is already sitting at number 1 in the pound-for-pound rankings, but Jones is still right behind him at number 2, claiming his place as the greatest of all time. Who truly deserves that top spot? Is it Islam's relentless, active dominance, or does Jones's legacy and greatness still make him the king? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Khabib Nurmagomedov sent a heartfelt message to Arman Tsarukyan after shocking withdrawal from UFC 311. Arman Tsarukyan's withdrawal from the card comes after a hard-earned, long-awaited title shot following 4 straight wins, including a split decision victory over a former champion at UFC 300 to secure the opportunity. Khabib Nurmagomedov, a UFC Hall of Famer and the greatest lightweight of all time, knows all too well the frustration of having to pull out of major fights. As he prepares to corner Islam Makhachev, Khabib can empathize with Tsarukyan's disappointment. Having gone through similar setbacks in his own career, Khabib understands the mental and emotional toll of such a blow, offering his support and guidance to Arman during this difficult time away from the cage. In a recent interview with the UFC's social media team, Nurmagomedov reacted to the last-minute changes at UFC 311. Quote, "Honestly, I found out yesterday at 1 a.m. before I went to sleep. Honestly, it can happen with anybody. In March 2017, it happened with me too. Then after that, I went to the hospital, had surgery, came back, and I told the UFC it was my mistake. Give me another guy. I'm gonna beat this guy and deserve my title shot. It was the same with me. I just want to wish him all the best. He's young, tough, he can come back. He'll have to survive this situation and come back. Moicano has a lot of experience in the UFC, 10, 11 years in the UFC. 4-fight win streak, and he's in his prime. It's a good fight. Of course, it's not like Arman and Islam, but it's still very competitive, and we're not going to underestimate him." End quote. Islam Makhachev, the UFC's pound-for-pound #1 fighter, wasted no time accepting the short-notice change for UFC 311. In a recent Instagram post, Dana White revealed Islam's reaction to Tsarukyan's last-second withdrawal from the card. Quote, "When I called Islam, he said, 'Brother, I'm the champion. I don't care who it is. I will fight anyone. I don't care. I'm going to bed. When I wake up and whoever I'm fighting tomorrow, I'm good with it.'" Money Moicano enters the main event with a huge momentum, ready to take on the UFC's pound-for-pound #1 fighter, Islam Makhachev. What are your thoughts on the UFC 311 main event between Islam Makhachev and Renato Moicano? Makhachev is coming in as the pound-for-pound #1, while Moicano enters with strong momentum after 4 consecutive wins. And don't forget about the co-main event. Merab Dvalishvili, the bantamweight champion, is defending his title for the first time against the undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov. How do you see these 2 explosive matchups playing out? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.